So guys, exams are around the corner and I know everybody is busy with the last minute preparations. And you're probably asking yourself, what is it that I can do better to improve my marks? And I want to ask you a question. If there were mistakes that you were making and these are costing you marks, would you like somebody to tell you about them? Well, if the answer is yes to that question, you've come to the right place. Stay tuned for number 5. It will blow your mind because this is something you're probably doing that is costing you marks. I called it the last minute shenanigans. I'm the general and this is the masterclass. So guys, in today's video, we're looking at 5 commonly made mistakes that we're trying to avoid. Number 1 is do not panic. So it's common for everybody to feel panic, to feel pressure, and that's normal. But I want to give you some strategies that can help you to keep your motivation levels up. Number 1 is to pray. Guys, don't underestimate the power of prayer. You need to pray and commit your whole exam season into the hands of God, and that will do wonders for you. Number 2, it's what you say about yourself, your affirmations, your self-talk. What are you saying about yourself? You need to make sure you are only saying positive things about yourself to ensure that as you approach the exam season, you are going in there with confidence. I have a video where I have spoken about the power of affirmations and how I got this to help my learners to pass with distinctions. If you want to watch that video, I'm going to pin it here. And then after that, you need to plan. You need to use a timetable. You can take your exam timetable and see which subjects are going to be assessed first. You can use that to make your own timetable. Commonly made mistake number 2 is going it alone. Guys, this exam season, you need to approach it with a community of people that can help you. Number 1, some of you have stopped going to school. You have stopped attending lessons. You have stopped attending last minute preparation from your teachers. That is a mistake that you are making because your teachers know you better than anyone at this point and they have something to contribute because they know exactly where you are and what it is that you need to polish up on what you have. So you need to attend those lessons. You need to go to the YouTube lessons that they are recommending for you. You need the support of your teacher, no doubt. Number 2, you need to employ the use of study groups. Study groups are powerful because you can share tasks within a study group. And for example, if you're doing question papers, somebody can take a question paper of 2021, 2020, 2023, and so on. And then each one is responsible for doing a particular task and presenting to the group. And you guys can hold each other accountable. So don't go it alone. Use others, mentors, teachers, and study partners. Mistake number 3 is sleeping late the day before the exam. Now, it's a given, guys. I know you are working hard, you are doing long hours, you are cross-nighting, you are doing a lot of things, and this is taking up most of your time. So you are sleeping very little hours every day. However, let's talk about the day before the exam. The day before the exam, guys, you need to sleep 6 to 8 hours that day. You need to make sure the night before the exam, you sleep well so that you are not sleep deprived in the morning, you are not grumpy, you are not moody, you are in the best possible shape because sleep can do wonders for your brain. So I suggest that in as much as you're working hard, on the day before you write an exam, make sure you've got a cutoff point. You will decide what that cutoff point is, but make sure you have that cutoff point where you are no longer going to study. You are going to close the books. You're going to put them away. You're going to listen to music. You're going to pray. You're going to do whatever it is that makes you to relax so that you can sleep. And then the next morning, you are fresh and ready to tackle your exam. Guys, what you don't know before the exam, accept that you don't know it. Accept that, okay, this I might not be able to squeeze it in before the exam. Focus on the things that you actually know. And once that cutoff time has come, just leave it and go and rest. Commonly made mistake number 4, ignoring exam etiquette. What do I mean by this? Guys, there is a way to approach the exam. There is a procedure. There are what you call rituals that you need to observe as you go to an exam. Number 1, I already mentioned in the previous one, you need to sleep early. Don't underestimate that. Then number 2, you are now going to the exam. Don't arrive late. You must arrive on time. Remember, you must be seated an hour before the exam starts. So you arrive even before that hour so that you have time to settle in. You don't want to be running to the exam. You don't want to be chasing taxis. You don't want to be stuck in traffic on the day of your exam. Wake up extra early. Make sure you are on school grounds super early. You are on time. Then when you get there, you do whatever needs to be done with your invigilators. And when you are given 10 minutes reading time, that's where your time management starts. You need to use that 10 minutes reading time to your advantage. You could be using it to check the questions in the paper so that in sections where you need to choose questions, you make your choice before the exam starts. In a previous video, I told you that if you have done proper planning already, you might have already chosen these questions as you were studying. So you are just confirming which questions you have and what you are going to do. Then you go to the cheapest part of the paper, the lower order questions, like your section A, if you've got multiple choice and so on. You can go and start answering those questions, reading the questions in your mind before the exam starts. You read through every question so that you register all the questions in your mind, and now you know what will be expected of you. Then your brain will already start to retrieve that information. By the time you start and actually attempt the questions, you are in a good place to recall information. And this one might shock most of you guys, but before you go to an exam, if you can, this will not apply for everybody, but if you can, don't eat. Or if you must, eat a light meal. Because eating a heavy meal before an exam will just send the wrong message to your body. It is saying, body, you've received food, process it, you can go to sleep now. So you can gain all the nutrients. But that's not the place where you are at that moment. You want all your cells, all your brain cells to be functioning optimally. You want to recall information. You want to be sharp. You want to have presence of mind. So minimize eating before bringing water, drinking too much water before you go to an exam, which will make you want to go to the toilet. That is totally unnecessary. You can visit that after the exam. Before you go to an exam, you need to be in tip-top shape. And then commonly made mistake number 5, last minute shenanigans. I know you've been wondering what this is, but before we go into it, I would like to thank all of you that have subscribed to the channel. We have passed 1,000 subscribers. In fact, we're sitting at 1,300 subscribers at the point of shooting. And I want to thank you for doing this and sharing, commenting, and liking. Please continue to do so. Now, last minute shenanigans. What is this? So there's a temptation, guys, when you are going to write the exam, that you start seeing all the things that you don't know, all the things you forgot, all the things you didn't pay attention to that you should have. Now, resist that temptation. Those are last minute shenanigans. Don't be involved in those things. The day before the exam, a week before the exam, 2 weeks before the exam, you need to focus on what you know. Don't get me wrong. Last minute preparation is very important. It can help you. You can gain a lot of marks right at the end because now you have momentum. You are in the best shape of yourself mentally. You are in the best place you've been academically because of everything you know. So last minute preparation helps. But what are you doing in last minute preparation? Are you starting a new topic? Are you choosing to answer a totally different question from what you have been doing? Those are last minute shenanigans. Stick to what you know. Stick to the basics. Consolidate the information you already have. Deepen your knowledge. Work with study groups. Apply all the things we've spoken about in this video to make sure that you have something. When you go into the exam, remember I told you, even in the event that you don't finish the exam, sometimes what you have is already enough for the marks that you need to get. So while you need to work on finishing the exam, while you need to work on finishing all the content, if it's now too late, it is now a week before the exam, don't start anything new. Those are last minute shenanigans. Stick to what you know and deepen your knowledge of it. So those are the 5 mistakes, but however, this is just a short video focused on just mistakes. If you want to know a full scope of all the details, all the tips you need to know to approach exams in all your subjects, watch this video right here. See you next time and God bless you.